Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm going to show you the most successful deck I have so far built for Rastakhan's Rumble. It's an OTK DK Paladin build that I went 10-0 with on my way to Legend. I really enjoy playing this deck. It's like a mix between really combo deck and just a pure control or even buff Paladin. Of course it has the OTK package, because you have Uther of the Ebon Blade, Hero Power, the 4 Horsemen, summon a 2/2 Horseman. If you have all 4, destroy the enemy hero. And all 4 Horsemen have a different name, so you have to have one of each name on the board. You can't just have any 4 Horsemen on the board. And the importance of that comes from the potential OTK setup that you have with this deck. Because if you roll your Hero Power, you're always going to get a Horseman that you don't already have on the board, but you might have the same name in your hand, so that doesn't apply. And the way that this deck makes the OTK is that you're in Uther form, then you use Zola the Gorgon, and you use the Ancient Brewmasters to make copies and bounce Horsemen back into your hand. And then if you have 3 different Horsemen in hand, you can play those 3, and then when you roll the Hero Power, it never rolls a duplicate from what's on the board. So then you get the 4th Horseman, and boom, the opponent dies. This archetype has been used before, back when Auction Master Beardo was in Standard, but it has kind of fallen out of favor. But now what has really brought it back is Timeout. Your hero is immune until your next turn. Timeout is an incredibly powerful card, because it gives you more time to set up that OTK without fear of dying. The only stuff that kills you through Timeout is, well, your own OTK style and stuff like Megatune. Things that destroy the hero without dealing any damage. There are also many variations of the way to kill people with Uther's hero power, because if you can get some of those minions to stick, then you need fewer minions bouncing back. Some builds of this use Blackwood Pixie, which refreshes your hero power, so then you can make 2 of those minions in a single turn. Sometimes useful, but it's a bit hard to fit that one into this deck. And you can help your horsemen stay alive by using Sankipetarium, turn them into 3/3s, use Spikered Steed, make them 4/8 taunt minions. So there's a bunch of ways that the Uther hero power can kill people, and not all of them are just OTKs, but in some cases you just build up your horseman base. And it's also a good threat, because it forces the opponent to start removing those horsemen. And when they have to start reacting to those horsemen, that actually might open up ways for you to kill them by dealing damage to their face and reducing their health to 0. It's a novel concept, I realize, but it's also possible with this deck. Other than the OTK package, this deck is a control paladin, so it is pretty good against aggressive decks. You have a lot of ways to clear the board, you have Pyromancer, you have Consecration, you have Equality. My own special in this deck is the Pyromancer Sound the Bells combo. I really enjoy Sound the Bells in decks like this. It has great synergy with Pyromancer, it has great synergy with having overall just a board of multiple minions, which you can often get in this deck because one of your main card draw mechanisms is Call to Arms. And it obviously makes for a very sweet Lynessa. A couple of steeds, some bells, Potion of Heroism, that's going to be one big Lynessa. There are 2 main variants of this archetype currently being played. One is to use Lynessa in some form, and the other is to use High Priest Tekal and Flash of Lights. The Tekal Flash of Light build is better if you're facing a lot of damage, like Malygos Druid type of damage, or Kingsbane Rogue type of damage, or Mind Blast Priest type of damage, while Lynessa is better if you're facing board-based damage. And I also like the way Lynessa is able to close out games in a way that the Tekal build cannot. But the Tekal build can often outlast. It almost always runs 2 copies of Timeout. Sometimes you see 2 copies of Timeout in a Lynessa build as well, and it really depends on the meta. Again, if you're facing those combo decks, then 2 copies of Timeout is good. If you're facing more aggression, then sometimes Timeout is just a dead card and it only buys you a turn but doesn't really allow you to develop. So I prefer 1 in that kind of meta, which is something you often encounter while you're climbing. Overall, your goal with this deck is to start by drawing a bunch of cards, controlling the board, then you're slowly starting to look into, okay, what is the actual win condition. If it's just pure aggro, then you just outlast them. In some games you go for a board of your own and hit your opponent in the face, and in some cases you go for the Uther hero power kill either as an OTK or by slowly building up the board of horsemen. In mulligans with this deck, you're always looking for that early card draw. Call to Arms is your single most important card draw tool, and it also gives you a swing, so even though it's a 5 mana card, you always want to keep it in the mulligan. You also want to keep stuff like Loot Hoarder in the mulligan. After those two, it kind of starts to depend. If you think you're going to have to defend yourself against an aggro board, you need an early board clear, Pyromancer, Equality. If you're facing something like a rogue and you're expecting there might be an odd rogue, there might be some tugs going on, True Silver Champion, good to keep. And if you're expecting to be against a very slow deck, then you actually want to keep Uther of the Ebon Blade, because Uther is the only mandatory part of your combo. You have to have Uther in order to start rolling those horsemen. And against a slow deck, even if you're not getting the full OTK, if you're not drawing all the bounce pieces, just starting that horseman rolling going on, that will put a lot of pressure on the slow deck, because they have to keep removing the horsemen. There are lots of fun things and neat little combos that you can do with this deck. For example, Timeout makes your hero immune, so you're able to hit into opponent's minions and not take any damage. So you can hit them with the True Silver Champion or with the weapon from Uther, and you don't take any damage while you do so. And Crystalsmith Kangor doubles your healing, so if you're in Uther form, play Crystalsmith Kangor, hit, healed for 10, or Crystalsmith Kangor and Shirvala. Also, if you're in some kind of a more aggressive matchup and you're really not looking for the OTK, using your bouncers, you can use them very liberally to gain an advantage. Like bouncing back a Shirvala, it's probably 0 cost if you live long enough, then bouncing it back, playing it again, or making a copy of Lynessa with Zola. That classic buff paladin way of winning game. Just be careful not to bounce back stuff that you have already buffed, because then those buffs will be lost. Overall, a very fun deck to play. I've already published a couple of gameplay videos of this deck, you can check my previous videos for those, and in this video there's also a bunch of new gameplay with this deck, just to show you how it works. And if you enjoyed this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now let's go take a look at the OTK DK Paladin in action. We're so keeping the champion. That druid deck should always win, when piloted correctly. Well, not always, of course. There are some games where you just don't draw anything useful, and your opponent draws, and then crazy things happen. But whenever both decks have a relatively average draw, that druid deck should always win. But this is an odd rogue. This is normal. This is what is supposed to happen. I don't sacrifice the pyro. I think I need to just roll a hero power here. Next turn is True Silver Champion to counter his tug, because I'm expecting a tug. But I'm not getting a tug. Oh, he wants to go wide in order to play a Fungalmancer. I see what you did there. Well, in that case I'll just play Consecration. Okay. Alright. If you don't want to play a tug, you don't have to play a tug. Crazed Chemist! Sweet! New tech! Beautiful. Beautiful things. And then he could still have the Fungalmancer. Ooh, tricky. Is it a budget deck you're facing? I don't know. I've been wanting to try Crazed Chemist in Rogue, but I have never had the courage. Because that's such a funny effect. But it's so hard to make it work. I mean, I could do Pyromancer Bells. You get Protectors. Well, there are 5 minions in the deck. But yeah, Protectors are possible. The thing is, if I don't get the Protectors, or if I get just one, then there are ways to get a lot of damage through. And then there's also the Fungalmancer possibility that I'm not very happy about. On the other hand, Fungalmancer would. What? What is this game? At least he's giving me a perfect clear here. Something positive. Another call to arms. Not yet. This is Pyro and the Bells. Pyro and the Bells, Pyro and the Bells. One is a genius, the other's insane. So how about this 5/4 Pyromancer? He could have a 1-drop and Wild Spine. He has 1-drop and Wild Spine. I'm so sad. That Protector top deck too. Talnos Kangor coming out of this one. Those will have to do. I mean, I have the option to play Timeout here. How scared am I of dying? I'm not that scared. We'll give this a try. I mean, I'm at 13, which kind of seems bad. And I might die here. It's possible. But if he doesn't kill Kangor, then there's some potential for a lot of healing coming up. Like this is an equality turn. Equality True Silver Champion. It could even be an equality Zola. But then I only get to 9. Equality Zola Timeout. I'm intrigued about Equality Zola Timeout. First the Equality. Then the trades. What do I pick up? Shirvala. I like Shirvala. I'm going to use Shirvala next turn. This is Zola and Timeout. Next turn is going to be Kangor Shirvala to heal 14. That will be a 14-point heal. I like myself a 14-point heal. Please play your minions so that I can have a 14-point heal. No minions! No! No minions. Well, this Uther top deck is good enough. Is his entire hand now like burn? It could be. But this is 10-point heal. So, good luck getting 21 from your hand. Maybe he can. But the moment he plays a minion, there's Kangor and Shirvala. Unless he actually has 21 from hand. Does he have 21 from hand? That's 9. That is so not going to do it. I can even steed this Shirvala. I can't decide which one of these is the juiciest. I guess this is pretty juicy. Hunter. Let's see. All right. So probably a Spell Hunter. Let's see. This is interesting. I don't think I dare to attack into that secret. Because if it's a wandering monster and it stays on the board, it's a problem. More secrets. More secrets, more problems. Do I have to start attacking? No, I do not. Let's play another loot hoarder and chill. Let's see if there's a spellstone and maybe I can do some trading. That's what I really want to be doing. I could do a couple of bells. Does it really help me to do a couple of bells here? Now it's still more useful to just roll the hero power and chill. And now we get to see if there's a spellstone. I want to know if there's a spellstone. No, not yet at least, just more secrets. It's unlikely that there would be any weapon removal in that deck, so we equip a weapon. Then he plays Rexa. Did you mention Tempo Storm in the video? No, I did not. Why would I mention Tempo Storm? 7 cards in hand. There could be a freezing trap. To attack with this one first. See if it gets frozen. Venom Strike, fine. And the rest are activated when I hit face, okay. There could also be a rat trap, so that's possible too. So at this point, I don't want to play 3 cards, because that rat trap is a real possibility. But I'm not ready. I'm not ready for a rat trap. So playing 2 cards will have to do. 1 card over here. 1 card over here. Trade. Trade. Hero power and trade. To do it like this for now. Now I have stuff like equality available if there's a spellstone. 8 cards in hand. They can also be, well, explosive traps, wandering monsters. Do I want to start attacking with the Druid champion? Is kind of a crucial question at the moment. I guess we can attack here. I believe it's okay. We get rid of these secrets before he equips a bow to go with them. Well, that's awkward. That is definitely awkward, because now he got a beast on the board. I mean, I could do Pyromancer's Heroism. I think that's fine. Do Pyromancer, we do Heroism. We get to draw some more cards. I can roll another minion. 8 cards in hand. This is acceptable. Krupelmar, YouTube, that's really helpful. Suggests that you make a video on how to build your own decks. Maybe. So there's Protector, Talnos, Gangor in this Call to Arms. That's pretty nice. Let's play it. So I get the double healing going. Then I think I can take the hit over there. But I don't think I want to hit face yet. 8 cards in hand. Just hero power again. Unleash would be a little bit nasty. But if there's no Unleash, then I'm just going to do Sunkeeper next turn. I started to put in some pressure. Roll the hero power again. And play the Sunkeeper. 8 cards in hand. So this fellow will try first. It gets the kill over there. Nice. Then this one will try. Probably Wandering Monster. Most Wandering Monsters die to this fellow. And then these fellows start punching him in the face, including this double lifesteal. 8 cards in hand. This is acceptable. And now, against this board of 3 trees, what's your next move? Another secret and a hunter's mark, alright. I don't think I mind these all that much. They could be a rat trap, of course. Pair of hunter's marks. Intriguing. I think I could do 5 times spells here. I assume there's going to be at least an explosive trap. Maybe there's a rat trap too, who knows. We get to see that one on this one, there's no rat trap. So we just bells all of this up. And this fellow goes in first, in case there's a wandering monster. There's an explosive trap, alright, that's all cool. And a freezing trap. Okay, I don't mind that one either. And then these fellows are hitting face now. So I punch him down to 5 health, whereas I'm at 28. And now does he have Zul'jin? Zul'jin would make flanking strike, animal companion. I take this to mean that there is no Zul'jin, and boom. Might well is a control deck with a solid wing condition. Yeah, it's kind of a combo-ish control deck. Drawing all of these fellows. That's probably wrong to play this, because now he can play a cleric. Oh, he doesn't have a cleric. Then everything is fine in the world. But now I have only... well, I still have 6 2-drops in the deck. So I really want to start pulling them with Call to Arms. Well, I can't... no! This is not good. I don't even want to hit into that. He can cleric heal anyway. I don't think I want to play Kangor yet. Let's go with these fellows for now. And here is the Lynessa variant of the OTK better, or the one without her? Yeah, I like the Lynessa variant. Basically, you might want to play Tekal if you're playing against a lot of druids, because then you can do Tekal and healing. But if you can't do Tekal and healing, then Lynessa is just better. I mean, if you're not facing Malygos druids, then Lynessa is just better. The Tekal version beats Malygos druid better. It might beat Mind Blast Priest better, too. No one is playing that, though. Well, he cannot throw this back into the deck yet. How is Sound the Bells working out for you? It's a great. It's my contribution to the archetype. No one else is playing that. But it's perfect. Next turn he can coin. Next turn he can coin the Psychic Scream. And I don't have lethal, right? Doesn't look like I have lethal here. 9. Yeah, that's nowhere near enough. Next turn is going to be coin Psychic Scream. What do I do about that? Well, I can just Call to Arms this back into the onto the board. So what if I kill these off into the Ziliax now? That's an interesting way to think about this. Playing around with the Scream. What if there is no Scream? Maybe there is no Scream. Maybe there is no Scream. Let's do this anyway, because if there's no Scream, then he just dies. He has to go into Scream now if he has it. This forces him to go into Scream. The other place would not force it. I'll just Call the Arms the deck right back. He might of course have a second Scream. Or he might be able to resurrect Ziliax. Lyra Smiting? Lyra double smiting. 12 damage. I can't do 12. I have 11. I think I need to kill the Lyra. I think I just need to kill that Lyra. But do I need to hit face with the Choose the Champion? Prepare for a neuter draw. Put him down to 6. No, I think I still need to save it. He might still be able to win this. I mean, I have some pressure going on, but not quite there. Oh, the Shadow Word Death. I was not prepared. I was not prepared for the Shadow Word Death. that one. That's a pretty sweet one. Now he might survive to do nasty things. This is annoying. I can't get a lethal set up here. I can just kill the Protector. I still have to play these out. I still need to play it out like this. There's a potential lethal setup here, even though it's pretty weak. He might have the cloning gallery. Well, Lich King keeps him alive. That's for sure. More equalities. That Lich King card. And I could take a value trade here. That's the only value trade that's offered. Let's star him first. And then I kill the Lich King with the weapon. And then I'll take the value trade. And then I will push 6. But he might have an answer. There are ways for him to have an answer here. Oh, that anti-magic shell is so good. That means that Celiax can do so much work. Yeah, that Celiax is going to be so insanely good right now. 10 healing from this Celiax. Maybe more if he gets something good. So if I choose the champion down to Celiax, he goes to 14 and I have only 12 on board. Haha, it doesn't work that way. I have lethal. Time to time out. Then we can kill the Celiax. And because we're immune, he doesn't get healed. But I'm not convinced that 2 timeouts is better than 1 either. It's very, very close, in fact. I think this is probably going to be an odd paladin, but it might be something else. It's Even Paladin. There weren't any situations where you need 2. I can think of situations where I could need 2. But that's like the key. I know there are situations where I would need 2. I'm not sure if I'm facing those situations often enough. But Even Paladin, that is kind of scary. Let's see what happens. Even Paladin can push a lot of damage and they have equalities and stuff, so you can't even get anything that prevents them from hitting your face a lot. It might even be questionable to use this, because he could just kill it with this one and get a buff on it. And these decks often run double ooze as well nowadays. It's important to be very, very careful here. I think I'm going heroism on this fellow. Interesting. They could be kings. That though is not kings. Everything to face, really? Very aggressive. Very aggressive line. Let's proc the auto defense matrix here. If there is one. There is one. Okay. He might play a consecration. Consecration would be the best card he could have in this position. Does he have it? Oh, he has an Avenging Wrath. That might also work out. Really depends on where it hits. Got good hits. That's nice for him. That's my consecration though. That's good. I like a consecration here. Alright. Even Paladin is very, very powerful. I'm not sure if I can do this. Most of them don't run silence nowadays though. I think my list is the only one with silence at the moment. So that is an opportunity. That in theory is scary stuff. I could clear this with Pyro Equality. Do I want to spend Pyro Equality to beat these now? It's a crucial question. Tarim doesn't do it because of the Divine Shield. I think I'm probably still fine with just the True Silver Champion, right? I think so. True Silver Champion to kill this. Play the Talnos out there. So I go down to 13. There are risks. Obviously there are risks. He had a very, very powerful opener. We'll see if we can stabilize. It might be a bit of a problem that my Kangor is already dead.
Reporting for duty.
Protector Loot Hoarder in that one. I probably need to play the Sun Keeper here.
Reporting for duty. Ungoro belongs to the Titan.
Then trade away that fellow. Alright. Down to 9. Means that if he has Equality Consecration, he almost got me. Equality Avenging Wrath is lethal. Almost got me already. Scary stuff, isn't it?
Reporting for duty.
Very scary stuff. I need the Pyromancer Steed now. Then I can heal up a little bit. Okay, so I might be out of reach of an Avenging Wrath, or I might not. I need to get to the Tutor before he finds the second Avenging Wrath. I am out of reach of a Consecration. I have a Taunt Minion. They don't run silence usually nowadays.
This curse has become our greatest strength. Reporting for duty.
Okay, this is not very scary now, is it? Not very. But do I need to go for Uther here? And just let go of the Pyro? I probably do. It's too scary not to do that. Because he could find Avenging Wrath and actually kill me. He might have an ooze, of course, but I need to get some healing now. I need to get some healing here. So I'll do it like this so that I get to 13, so that an Avenging Wrath cannot kill me. He has the ooze, well, top decks the ooze, which is obviously a nice thing to do.
Reporting for duty.
Is this a time to play Consecration? If I do that, I have nothing to play with equality later. There's still a Righteous Protector and Loot Hoarder in this Call to Arms that I could pull.
The frozen throne.
He can still have equality Consecration of his own. I think I want to kill this one. He still has some buffs left too. I think I'm going for another steed here. Let's do another steed. He has one equality left in his deck. One equality, one Avenging Wrath.
Winter is here.
Alright, Corpse Taker. But what else? There has to be something more. Steeded Corpse Taker. Fine. And it has Wind Fury, so I guess it's scary. So I'll need to hit into that and equally Consecrate, right? That Divine Shield is just so useful. Equally Consecrates means another turn where I'm not playing Call to Arms. But I can't let this one stay.
Enough words.
I just have to equality Consecrate this.
The end draws near.
And roll a Hero Power.
No peace, no rest.
Okay. I have a Lynessa. So that's something. I'm forced to play another equality here. That's unfortunate. Or am I? 5 times spells. 5 times spells and I can trade away the Lich King. Can I do 4 times spells? I could do 4 times spells. And Hero Power. Scary. Scary stuff. I think it has to be the bells. 1 bells, 2 bells, 3 bells, 4 bells.
The end draws near.
Double trade into the Lich King and Hero Power.
No peace.
He still has an equality. He still has an Avenging Wrath. So there is reason, and he has a Lich King card now, so there are reasons to be afraid. Harpy is not scary, but Death Coil is obviously solid. Oh, that Shirvala though. That's so sweet. I actually think I want Lynessa Shirvala. Shirvala kills this. Then I'll play the Lynessa and Hero Power. I think this is appropriate. He has 1 equality left in his deck, which is the only sort of an answer. But there are 2 steeds on this Lynessa too, so it's not like it can go all completely wrong. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.